Billy Joe Saunders, he's the latest clown. I don't know. He said he's going to retire, didn't he? The way he said his dad's going to, his dad, Tom Saunders, with the red vest. He said he's going to have a little chat with his dad, Tom Saunders, with the red vest. And decide what he's going to do from here. What do you think? Do you think Billy Joe Saunders kind of looks down on Tyson Fury, because...
What's good, family? Smash the like button and subscribe. So we just heard there from MTK Ultra's #1 SHILL. SHILL a lower cartel #1. Tyrone Booth. Now, to give you man some context on this particular clip, just quickly, Tyrone Booth is sent a super chat, and the super chat says Billy Ho Saunders is a clown. People, Tyrone Booth, your fans are begging to get some sort of hot take, an opinion out of you, begging for it. All they want from you is some of that fruity tooty smokiness you've been dishing out for years, some of that truth you've been dishing out. And even then, even when someone paid to hear your opinion on it, Tyrone, look, Billy's a clown. What do you have to say about that? He says, I don't know about that. And then conveniently skeets out of the corner. And flips magically or conveniently or PRly, brand image maintainingly, shilly, company manly, changes the subject. So wait there, one of your loyal donators, loyal supporters, super chats you a comment about Billy Ho Saunders is a clown, begging for your hot take on that. And you say, I don't know about that. Oh, but by the way, look, please, let's talk about how he's retiring. And then, oh, and by the way, I won't even talk about his retirement. Do you understand? So he ignores the super chat, skeets onto another topic, and then doesn't even give his opinion on that topic. Oh, but look, quick, let's change the subject from Billy Ho Saunders being a clown, and let's talk about his retirement. Oh, and by the way, I won't even talk about his retirement. If this right here wasn't proof that Tyrone Booth is a #1 company, man, I don't know what more I can do for you. Man. Because you, man, most likely, you dons here who can't see it, or you're angry at the YB for exposing this, most likely you are the MTK Ultra victims. Do you understand? You're the ones you're too deep in the trance. The psyops got you. Yeah? You're the don who thinks WTC7 fell on its own. You understand? That's what this is equivalent of. You dons out there who hear what I've just explained, and you're mad at me for telling you it, you're the same dons who are mad when someone says it didn't fall on its own. No doubt. You're too deep in. The MTK Ultra has got you, you know what I'm saying? They've cooked your brain. They've psyoped you out. Your head's all scrambled. And Tyrone Booth, much like off the film, what's that film called where she's got the cup and she's doing that circles? What's it called? Get Out. Yeah, Tyrone Booth's got you, man, in some deep Get Out. Get Out 2. Tyrone Booth has got all you dons starring in Get Out 2, no doubt. And Tyrone's sitting there and he's going in circles with the spoon and the cup. You man are in his trance. Oh no, he's not a shill for MTK. He's not a shill for Billy Ho. Because you best believe, yeah. Let me give you some context. Let me give you a little bit of let me draw some parallels here. Imagine, yeah, if someone commented, Tyrone, O'Hara Davis is a clown, or Michelle Defire Phelps is a clown. Just imagine that. Imagine someone sent Tyrone a super chat saying O'Hara Davis is a clown. Do you think he'd say, oh, I don't know about that, and change the subject? Do you think he would? Or would he jump all over it and tell us about the same story he's been telling us for 4 years? It's the same dry old story. What do you think he'd do? I think we all know what he'd do. He wouldn't be changing no subject. He'd be rock hard for it and jumping all over it, no doubt. And this is, I don't know how many times I've got to show you, man. This is just what a company man has to do. He must maintain the company's assets. Billy Ho Saunders is a MTK company asset. And Tyrone Booth's directive, as a #1 company man, he must maintain the company's portfolio, his company's portfolio's value, no matter what. Because all these fighters are commodities. They're all commodities. They all have values. So whenever Billy Ho Saunders' name's brought up, Tyrone Booth's head goes into company mode. Oops. We've got to maintain Billy Ho Saunders' value. So in every situation, Tyrone has to think, what's the best way to maintain his value? I know. I can't call him a clown. I can't say he should retire. Let me just change the subject. Skeet, skeet, skeet. Which is what he does. No doubt. The subject gets changed and moves on nicely. And just do a little bit of thinking here. Let's do a little bit of lateral thinking here. What do we know? People say, YB, what are you talking about? Tyrone isn't a company man. He isn't paid to maintain Billy Ho Saunders' public image and public value. Well, what do we know? Do you think it's a coincidence that Tyrone conveniently also almost perfectly devalues non-MTK fighters' brands? Do you understand? AJ, whoever else, pick who you want. Conveniently, all non-MTK fighters, Tyrone will do his best, do his utmost. And at the end of the day, yeah, it's just business. I'm not disputing that. I'm not sitting here mad at it, but I'm just pointing out that you man think that Tyrone's a truther and whatnot. You think he's organic. You don't understand he's a plant. He's a Manchurian YouTuber. They've planted him in there. He's a psyop. Yeah? He's there to think, he's there to get you loving Billy Ho and all the MTK roster. And have you doing it in the natural way. You listen to Tyrone and think, oh yeah, I love Billy Ho. But you don't realise the reason you love him isn't because you actually love him, but because you've been psyoped. You've been MTK ultra'd. Tyrone's been working on you for years, bashing non-MTK fighters and sucking off all the MTK roster, because he gets paid. The more he shills, the more he gets paid. You know, where do you think he got his bitcoins from? It weren't from his own doing, it's from his shillery. No doubt, 100%, #1 company man, Tyrone. And moving on, the second part of this, don't get me, listen, what we do know is there's this whole thing's dynamic. Now, I want to give you man some perspective here, because obviously he put out, this particular segment comes from an 1 and 10-minute video he put out, and the title of said video was, Should Billy Ho Saunders Retire? That was the title. So many people, myself included, thought, oh, you know what? Is this the one? Is this the one where Tyrone Booth is going to come out and say, you know what? I'm not no paid MTK Ultra shill. I'm not part of the Shillaloa cartel. You know what I'm saying? Is this going to be the expose? Is this where Tyrone Booth gets some credibility back to the truthers? You know what I'm saying? With a title like, Should Billy Ho Saunders Retire? For an 1 and 10-minute video, one would expect the title of the video's topic to be discussed, and for us to hear Tyrone Booth's opinion on said title and said content matter. Instead, for this 1 and 10-minute video, that clip I played you, man, was the only time he referenced should Billy Ho retire or not. Now, I'm sure there's Tyrone Booth fans out there who say, oh, YB, what's this got to do with anything? The point is, #1, why make a video with a title like that? Explosive title, Should Billy Ho Retire? Bearing in mind, we all know the allegations. The allegations are, Tyrone Booth is an MTK Ultra. MTK, #1 shill, paid shill. That's the allegations. So what happens when a paid shill puts a video out saying they're going to talk about should Billy Ho Saunders retire or not? It wouldn't be a big stretch to assume we're going to hear his opinion. Bearing in mind, for years, we've heard opinions about other controversial fighters. O'Hara, the black quitter this, the black quitter that. You know what I'm saying? We've heard it all, have we not? Tyrone, all of a sudden, has no opinion. All of a sudden is turned into a news announcer. He says things, he'll just repeat what we all know. Billy said that he's going to talk to his dad and may retire, and we all knew that. That's not an opinion. The people want to know, Tyrone, where's your goofy opinion? Where's your fruity opinion on Billy Ho Saunders? The same one you had with the black quitter this, the black quitter that. Because it seems to be, you've got loads of opinions, loads of fruity tooty opinions on loads of other topics. But when it comes to the MTK, when it comes to the MTK SHILL, all of a sudden you're all out. All of a sudden you turn into the establishment. Isn't that amazing? Company man. People say, YB, how can you call him a company man? If this isn't company man behaviour, putting out a video and then not talking about the topic, luring people in, everyone's thinking, oh yeah, he's going to talk about, oops, not even once does he give his opinion on the actual subject matter. Not even once does he cast. Everyone's waiting. Where's the smoky opinions? Where's the opinion? Where's Mr. Opinionated gone? We hear everyone get slagged off by Tyrone. Arguably the one person who's earned it recently. We've heard the same old jokes. We've heard about O'Hara Davis for 3-4 years. That O'Hara Davis fight happened in 2017, 4 years ago. We still hear about that. All of a sudden, this fight's fresh off the, you know what I'm saying? Fresh off the press, fresh off the boat. And my man Tyrone don't have nothing to say on it. That is why. That is the proof of that is the proof of Tyrone Booth, aka MTK Ultra, aka MTK's #1 company man. So don't at me about YB, what are you talking about as a company man? People say, oh YB, he's the most not company man going, is he? Why is it for 5 weeks we haven't been able to get any of these you know what it's like, it's fruity. Tyrone Booth is fruity, no doubt. So where are the fruity opinions gone? Because it sounds like he's out of, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden he's turned into a newsreader. Oh yeah, well, Billy said this, Billy said that. Yeah, we know what he said. Where's the fruitiness gone? You ain't got no fruitiness. Where's it gone? I'll tell you where it's gone. MTK Ultra reached out. MTK El Trapahan reached out and touched him and said, listen Tyrone, you're part of the squad now. And Tyrone said, yes, no doubt. He signed up. Yeah? He signed up. And I can't even blame him. I love each to their own. So it's okay for someone to be a #1 company man. If you enjoy being a #1 company man, just come out and say it. Say, listen, YB, you got me. You caught me lacking. Yeah? I am a #1 MTK company man. I love working for the company. I love pulling the party line. I love being part of Billy Ho Saunders' PR team. Yeah? I love maintaining Billy Ho Saunders' public brand and image. Just come out and say that. Word for word. I am part of Billy Ho Saunders' managed marketing team. Yeah? That's all you need to do now. Because I've already exposed it anyway. So everyone already knows this. Tyrone. It's all out there. So you can try and make out you're a man of the people. We all know you're not a man of the people now. We all know you're paid #1 company man. It's quite apparent now. And some people even said, like, no joke, some people added me and said, YB, look, he put this video out. This proves he's not a company man. Look, he's talking about... No, he's not talking about topic. And that's another thing. Another typical company PR trick, yeah. It's called bait and switch. This right here was a bait and switch. I know what to do. I'll put a video out with a particular title and then not talk about it. Because naive people will see the subject matter. And like I said, people have actually contacted me telling me this. Oh, YB, what are you talking about as a company man? Look at this video. And they don't actually watch the video. And to be fair to them, yes, they're naive, but either way, they see a video being 70 minutes long, and they assume, because of the title, well, you know what? Surely, in 70 minutes, he must have given his opinion on the topic, on the subject matter. And therefore, I'm gonna tag YB and tell him, look, this is proof that he's not a company man. Look at the title, YB. He's clearly talking about Billy Ho Saunders. Oops. He don't talk about it once. He don't talk about it once. And and we already know this isn't the first time. Just go and look over history. In fact, not history. Go look over the last 5 weeks. the most controversial man in boxing, allegedly. The most controversial man in boxing with all the opinions, don't have no opinions. Because Tyrone Booth is in the MTK stable. Yeah, and it kind of makes sense now. Why does he? He always loves Fury. He always loves Theory. He always loves Billy Ho. Never made no sense until it starts adding up. MTK, company man. Tyrone Booth is what you call controlled opposition. These multimedia agencies, they work across platforms now. It's not enough just to have Talk Sport. They want, let's get the alternative sector. Let's get Tyrone Booth wheeled out. Let's wheel him out to the alternatives. Because a lot of you, man, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them ones there, we're alternative, we're edgy. Let's listen to Tyrone. You, man, thought you was edgy. You didn't realise you're just you're listening to No.1 company, man. That's all it is, an extension. You lot thought you was, this is alternative. Alternative, edgy boxing news. Oops. Tyrone Booth, a mainstream company man, and no doubt. Because if he wasn't, by now, he'd have had some juicy opinions like he normally does. Yeah? And there's a reason people are saying, people are saying, Tyrone, your show's dead, and Tyrone ain't the same as it used to be. That's what happens when you get touched. That's what happens when you're a company man. Company men, he can't be running around and saying and doing the things he was doing. Do you understand? That's why, I'm not saying this, but other people are saying, the authenticity's gone. The jokes are old. We've heard about Michelle this, Michelle H this, Michelle. We've heard all them dry jokes. We want some new ones, but guess what? He can't be doing the new ones because the new ones are his stable mates. Billy Ho. He can't be talking about him. He can't talk about the relevant topics. We've heard all the AJ anecdotes. They're old, for years old. These anecdotes. Where's the freshness? Oops. So you can't, for all you man out there, you can't blame Tyrone. He's now the establishment. He's been paid. He's been paid to be a No.1 company man. And you have to give, I actually give him credit because he's doing it well. Yeah? It's not his fault. Obviously he's been exposed 100%, but apart from the YB, everyone else, you man was sucked in. Oh this is edgy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Alternative. Yeah. You thought it was one of them ones. And next thing you know, the YB comes through like a wrecking ball. And you find out that Tyrone, all this time, Tyrone was putting them seeds in your head, doing an MTK Ultra job on you. Because he 100% has been. Did you think, a lot of you naive dons, thought that Tyrone was just anti-AJ for pure shits and giggles? Oh yeah, knock AJ and knock all the black fighters and then shill for Tyrone and Tyson Fury. You thought that was organic, didn't you? That's the problem, you see. You thought it was organic, and so did I, to be fair, for a little while. And then I started clocking on. Wait there a minute. Why is it Mr. Organic only has something to say about certain types of people? And he you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, he don't have nothing to say, innit? All of a sudden, Tyrone, and actually another guy, another paid 100% shill. Some man called, what's his name? Spencer Fearon. Here's another one. He was on a podcast before Billy Ho Saunders fought and said, yeah, bare knuckle people are built different. Bare knuckle people are built different. They come from different stock and they're just naturally hard. I swear down, that's what he said. Spencer Fearon was out shilling, saying that bare knuckle people are just too hard and they're the hardest people ever born. And they're just made different, is what Spencer Fearon said. 1,000,000% paid shill. And we know he's a shill. But Tyrone, like I've been explaining to you, man, he is the alternatives version. These companies, they don't just do the right side now. They do it all. They do the middle, the left, the right, and everything in between. But I'll tell you who they don't do. They don't do the truth. And that's where the YB sits. We ain't on no company. Yeah? They sent no IFL TV paid by Eddie Hearn. They sent no Tyrone Booth paid by MTK. They sent no Spencer Fearon paid by MTK. They sent no The Boxing Voice paid by MTK. Yeah? All these little things have come out now. They're all paid off. 100%. They're all paid to shill. No doubt. And Tyrone Booth is feeling it right now. Shillerone is feeling it. But the truth's the truth. Yeah? I know there's a certain man out there who say, oh, YB, you man can be mad at me all you want. The truth is the truth. And I can tell there's a lot of frustrated dons out there, and even Tyrone himself is getting hella frustrated. It's burning him. The truth's burning, and that's what it does. The truth, yeah, is like silver to vampires. It burns. And they fought this Tyrone. What would they call it? They fought this Tyrone psyop. Tyrone, I put to you, yeah, Tyrone Booth is a psyop from MTK. I think they created him in a lab somewhere, yeah, and they've wheeled him out to be this, you know what I'm saying, this alternative Don. And unfortunately, they've invested millions creating this clone psyop Don, and the YBs just pulled the lid off it. They was expecting to get, listen, have you not heard what Tyrone saying, yeah, I'm going to make a podcast? They was thinking this was going to be some long-term investment. Lo and behold, the YB comes along and blows the lid clean off it. All their plans of, yeah, what we're going to do is, we're going to completely psyop an MTK Ultra, the boxing alternatives, and get them all onto Team SHILL. Yeah, to Team SHILL. Because that's the thing, many people, yeah, for a long time, many people, if they wanted to hear the truth, yeah, they thought, you know what, I don't like listening to IFL TV or whoever else. I'm going to SHILL. Tyrone Booth, he knows, he speaks the truth. Innit? Let's call a spade here. Even myself, for a long time, if there was one place where I'd say, you know what, he'll say something different, but also he'll have elements of truth in it. Tyrone. He's independent. That's where you'd go, wouldn't it? Oops. That you ain't... Oops. Up until the YB brought it to your attention, he was the only place you'd go for truth. Now, you can't even go there. Because guess what? If it's any of his company men, Fury, Billy Ho, he can't speak on it. Sorry, he can't speak on them. All I can do is put out clickbait titles. All I can do is put out titles out there and try and make out that I'm going to talk about this topic, but I'm really not. Yeah? Psyop, no doubt. So, listen. People can say what they want. Oh, YB, you think you're from London? I've never said I'm from London. Anyone who listens to my channel, yeah, I am from the Midlands, no doubt, 100%. I've never said I'm a gangster. I've always said I'm a lower middle class Don, 100%. So that's no shock here. I've always told the truth. Now SHILL, he ain't always told the truth. He never told you he's a No.1 company man, did he? Oops. He never told you he's part of a psyop to lure you all in. It's called, what do they call it? A bait and switch. Gonna lure you all in, yeah? Get all your details, and next thing you know, you get touched. No doubt. 100%. So, SHILL, keep doing your thing. I know that you've been employed now, so it's kind of... This is the thing as well. The reason Tyrone's feeling it and is angry is because, again, they wasn't expecting the YB to come out and pull the hood off this little scam they've got going on. So now they've invested all this money into SHILL, and he's pretty much useless now, because the people know it's not real. He's just going to read out whatever script that MTK send down to him. Yeah? If MTK tell him, listen, Tyrone, we want you to start pushing, and that's what's coming next. Let me tell you right now, what's coming next is Tyrone Booth will start talking about, yeah, well, we think the rematch makes sense, and you'll start hearing things like that. Alvarez versus Billy Ho rematch. Or there'll be some sort of... Tyrone Booth will be doing some sort of promo for Billy Ho Saunders' career to rejuvenate it. The same way Talk Sports was the other day. That's what's coming next, no doubt. They're going to wheel him out. Yeah? Good old Tyrone, No.1 company man.